In this video, we will be following the career of a generational wide receiver that I drafted in the last video I did of Arizona Cardinals rebuild. His name is Dominique Portis. He's already a 92 overall X Factor. I'm literally starting off where I finished the last video where I did that Arizona Cardinals rebuild. He only played one season so far. 22 years old, he's 6'6", 228 pounds. He's got superstar X Factor. Let's look at his season stat that he just had. 106 catches, 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns as a rookie. Did he win any awards? He won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he also had a Pro Bowl appearance as a rookie. I did draft him #1 overall. He has 96 speed, 95 acceleration, 94 catching, 89 catching traffic, 78 short route, 83 medium, 94 deep, 92 spectacular, 91 release, 92 agility with 98 jumping. Dude is just simply a ridiculous beast. He's like Calvin Johnson, Megatron 2.0. 6'6", 228 pounds. Dude is ginormous. I did change all the settings to auto, so I will not be doing a rebuild. I'll let the computer decide what to do with everything. We're just gonna follow his career. This is the team that he has right now. So it's Kyler Murray at quarterback, Alvin Kamara at running back, Rondale Moore at wide receiver 2. Offensive line is actually pretty good. Trey McBride at tight end. And then defensively, it's not the greatest defense overall. There's 2 cornerbacks that I did draft, and also I traded Buda Baker for J.C. Horn in a second-round pick, and J.C. Horn's already up to a 92 X Factor. Did that in the Arizona Cardinals rebuild I did. I drafted Nelson and I drafted Porter, and they both had superstar already, so they got some good young cornerbacks here. I simulated through the entire offseason, and we're sitting at the beginning of the next season, and it's pretty much the exact same team offensively. Defensively, pretty much the same as well. They did get DeMarcus Lawrence at defensive end, and it looks like they don't have anything going on at defensive tackle, and they should definitely get an outside linebacker, but they didn't. So we're going to simulate this first season and see how it goes. Going to simulate this technically season 2 in his career, first season of the video. End of the regular season, the Cardinals went 5-12, did not make the playoffs, obviously. See what's going on with his stats for the season. He still had a pretty decent season, 80 catches, 1,096 yards with 7 touchdowns. Did he have any rushing yards over here? 2 carries for 6 yards. Kyler Murray at quarterback, not so great. 3,800 yards, 25 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 100 rating. I mean, it's not terrible, but looks like he did not win any awards that season, which doesn't surprise me at all because obviously he didn't do that great. I want to see what his tags are. How do I do that? His current player tags are day 1 starter and award winner. His motivations are close to home, which he's from Arkansas, and he's really not liking the fact that he's in Arizona. Also, he wants a mentor at the position, and his other motivation is highest offer. Values financials, of course. I simulated all the offseason stuff, and we are here at the beginning of the 3rd season of his career. He is currently a 92 overall. 23 years old. He has 97 speed, so he went up from a 96 to a 97. Just getting a little bit faster. He has 98 jumping. That's insane for a dude that's 6'6". He's already really tall, and then he can still out jump everybody on top of that. Looks like they got Charbonnet at running back, so no longer have Alvin Kamara. And they got a new left tackle, and it looks like Tyron Smith retired, so they got Paris Johnson at left tackle. He was a right tackle, and then they got McCullers at right tackle, and Nick Harris at center. Now they can go to an offensive line. Looks like they drafted a tight end that has a hidden div. Defensively, what are we looking at? We got Siler at defensive end, a couple of better defensive tackles, but still not great. They drafted a defensive end that has hidden div, and they got 2 X Factor corners and a superstar. They got Brown at strong safety. All right, I mean, this team's so mediocre, so I don't know if he's gonna stick around once his rookie contract runs out. But if I had to guess, I'd say he's probably gonna move on, try to get to a winning team. End of the regular season, and the Cardinals went 6-11, missing the playoffs yet again. Not a surprise once more. Kyler Murray had a pretty terrible season, 3,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, 11 interceptions with a 91 rating. And it looks like Joel Lynch, a backup quarterback, had to come in. See, does he have any rushing yards? Portis, 2 carries for 11 yards. Receiving, he actually had a pretty good season. 93 catches, 1,300 yards, 6 touchdowns. Simulated another entire offseason. We are here at the beginning of season 4 in his career. He's a 95 overall, still has X Factor, 24 years old. He has 97 speed still. It looks like his route running and everything is just getting better. Still has 98 jumping. Looking at the team that he has around him, still got Charbonnet at running back, still got Kyler Murray. Offensive line doesn't seem to be getting any better at all. It's pretty much all the same players still. Defensively, it looks like it's all still pretty much the same players. Maybe this linebacker's new, Peyton. Still got the same cornerbacks. Well, two of them. One of them is gone. Still got Porter and Horn, but the third guy they had that had X Factor is gone. Defensive line is still pretty pedestrian. There's a bunch of auto-generated guys that have no idea who they are. Never seen them before. End of the regular season, and they had their best season yet with the 8-9 record. Still did not make the playoffs. Pretty terrible so far. See how he did on the season here. Kyler Murray with another not so great season. Did he have any rushing yards? Once again, 1 carry for 8 yards. Receiving, 83 catches, 1,099 yards, and 6 touchdowns. I don't see him winning any playoff games on this team right now. I don't even think their team's going to make the playoffs. I think he has 1 more year left on his deal, and then he's going to be available for free agency. Could come back to Arizona, or he could go to any other team. Who knows? We will see. I've been checking the awards every season. He hasn't won anything, but he did get another Pro Bowl appearance this season. Got a big update here. He decided to sign a 4-year contract extension to stay in Arizona. It looks like it's going to be for 4 years, $63 million, with a total bonus of another $60 million. So it's like $120 million basically for 4 years season. In other breaking news, Kyler Murray is no longer an Arizona Cardinal. We have this guy, A. Green, at quarterback. He's 79 overall, star dev. Let's check him out. 25 years old. What's his seasons looking like on the other teams? He has not been a starter at all. He spent 4 years behind a quarterback in Chicago, and now he's going to get his chance to be a starter. Looking at the rest of the team, we still got Charbonnet at running back. It looks like he's regressing because he was up to 84 earlier. The offensive line is still We got Choice at right guard. That's a new guy for sure. 77 with superstar. Still got McBride at tight end. See what's going on with the defense here. Drafted a defensive tackle with hidden div. Outside linebacker with hidden div. A middle linebacker with hidden div. Another defensive tackle with hidden div. They got hidden devs all over the place. Another defensive end. Oh, that's the same dude. My bad. It looks like the same defensive line besides this guy. We no longer have J.C. Horn at cornerback, so Porter's the last guy hanging on that I drafted. End of another season and another terrible one at that. 7-10 record, last in the division once again. Let's see how the season went stats-wise. Alex Green at quarterback. He actually did better than Kyler Murray. 3,900 yards, 102 rating. Not a whole lot better, but at least a little bit better. Portis had 3 carries for 14 yards rushing. Receiving wise, what the heck? He only played in 11 games. 57 catches, 793 yards with 6 touchdowns. So he got injured and missed 6 games. Simulated another off season, and we're back at the beginning of season 6. So far, it has not been going that great. We haven't made the playoffs at all. Portis is up to a 97 overall X Factor. He had just signed that 4-year deal last season, and the first thing he did was get injured and miss 6 games. 26 years old at this point, still has 97 speed, 97 acceleration, 98 catching. He still has 98 jumping. The rest of the team is still looking pretty much exactly the same. Still got Charbonnet, but he's regressing heavily. He's down to 79, so that's going to give Dunbar the chance to start at running back. 79, still both not great options. Offensive line is pedestrian. Still got McBride and Rondell Moore. Defensively, I see a whole bunch of normal dev. Not looking good. Brackett does have superstar though. They got J.C. Horn back after he was gone for a season. Let me look at this contract and see. Was he just injured that season? I guess so. Wasn't he gone for a whole season? Or maybe he was just injured and I didn't notice it. Simulated to the end of another season, and yet again a 6-11 record. Another terrible season. Let's see if the guy made it the whole season without getting injured. Looks like Alex Green, the quarterback, actually had a pretty good season. Well, he had 4,200 yards passing, 99 rating. Rushing, 0-0. All right, receiving. Oh, we had a good season here. 107 catches, 1,400 yards for 7 touchdowns. This might be one of his best seasons overall. Let's look at his season so far. He's 26 years old at this point. He's up to a 99 overall. He had 107 catches. That's the most. His rookie season, he had 106. And he had 1,400 yards, so that's definitely his most. Only 7 touchdowns though, but that's the second most he's ever had in his career. I think so far his best season was his rookie season. 106 catches, 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. Just had 107, 1,407 touchdowns. And with that season, he just made his 3rd Pro Bowl appearance and still has not won any other awards. Here we are at the beginning of season 7. I simulated another off season here. Portis is up to a 99 overall X Factor, 27 years old. Let's see how many years he has on his contract still. He's got 2 seasons left on this contract, and he could potentially move to another team or decide to stay in Arizona and keep losing. The rest of the team, we still got Dunbar at running back, still got Green at quarterback. The offensive line is looking, I guess it's a little bit better. They got Jedrick Wills at left tackle, but he's down to an 80 overall. And they no longer have Rondell Moore at wide receiver 2. They got Burke, which I believe is a guy that I drafted in my Cardinals rebuild. Defensively, they got Minka Fitzpatrick. Dude is 87 overall with normal dev. That's crazy looking to see that. Someone with a high overall but only has normal dev. So got Porter and Horn at cornerbacks. Defensive line starting to get a little bit better. I guess you could say overall the defense is starting to get better slowly. Maybe they'll make the playoffs this season. We shall see. Whoa. We got breaking news here. 9-8 record, and we officially made the playoffs for the first time in the entire video. Also, Jalen Carter for the Eagles is a 99 overall X Factor. Let's see how the season stats went here. 7th ranked offense. Let's see, Alex Green had 4,200 yards passing, 27 touchdowns, a 112 rating. Definitely his best season so far since he came over to the team. Does Portis have any rushing yards at all? 1 carry for -3 yards. Receiving? Good season right here. 104 catches, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns. Pretty good season overall. Still only, he's staying around 6-7 touchdowns every season besides his rookie year when he had 11. Going to be playing against the 12-5 Philadelphia Eagles in the wild card round. As I pretty much expected, we lost to the Eagles 21-14. It was a close game, not a blowout. He ended up making his 4th Pro Bowl appearance, and he also led the league in receptions for the first time ever. Here at the beginning of season 8, Portis is still a 99 overall X Factor. I do believe that he is going to be on the last year of his contract. Let's look at that real quick. Yeah, 1 year, 30.5 mil. This is going to be a big season for him. If they can make the playoffs and potentially make a Super Bowl run, then he might stick around. He could go to another team, see what happens with that. And their quarterback Green jumped up to superstar dev. This is pretty big for this team right here. That just might be the thing that they need to push this team over, even though their running back is not looking great. Offensive line has literally the same 3 guys wearing the same do-rag here. Okay. Still got Trey McBride. He's down to 81 overall. How old is this dude at this point? 32 years old, been in the league 10 years. He's regressing heavily and quickly. See what the defense is looking like. Bunch of normal dev dudes here. We got some dude named Noel, a free safety. He's a superstar dev though, 82 overall. JC Horn's 89 with superstar. Still got Porter. Well, they just went right back to the same old Cardinals here, going 5-12, last in the division. Did not make any playoffs, obviously. I want to see if he ended up making a contract extension and sticking around with the team or not, or if he's actually going to go to free agency. Let's check out his contracts. And he did sign a 5-year extension. 30 mil, 35.7, 37.8, 40 mil, and then 42 mil. It's got 5 years, basically $186 million deal here. He's going to be stuck in Arizona for the rest of his career, possibly. Dude is just taking over for Larry Fitzgerald, having an amazing generational talent and staying loyal to a team that's just terrible. Here at the beginning of season 9, he is a 98 overall, so he's starting to regress a little bit. He's 29 years old, so he's basically reached his maximum potential. 28 years old, I think, is whenever technically are at their peak and their prime, I guess you could say. Still has 97 speed and is jumping one up to a 99. The rest of the team around him, they still have nothing going on at running back over here. Green is up to 87, still has superstar. They drafted a hidden dev left guard. They got a superstar right guard. Trey McBride's down to a 77. Defensively, so got McBath, they got Porter. Wait, McBath, who is that? Is that someone new? Guess so. Yeah, superstar dev at 82 overall. They got a hidden dev, 63 overall rookie defensive tackle starting. Defensive line is just looking terrible. Linebackers are looking okay. They got a superstar free safety and a star dev strong safety. So I don't see this team making the playoffs once again. This defensive line is just terrible. End of another regular season. We did go 9-8, which is tied for the best record of the rebuild so far, but we did not make the playoffs this time. We did not get lucky like the last 9-8 season. It looks like Alex Green led the entire league in passing yards with 4,600. Did have 32 touchdowns, 110 rating. That might be his best season so far. Dominique Portis, this is his best season by far. 122 catches, 1,600 yards with 12 touchdowns. He might win Offensive Player of the Year. Definitely going to have the most catches, probably. Let's check that out real quick. So I got the entire NFL. Yeah, he has the most catches. Oh, never mind. He has the third most catches. Does have the most yards, though. And Rashid Rice has 17 receiving touchdowns, most in the NFL. Well, he did get another Pro Bowl appearance, so he's up to 6 on his career, and he did win Offensive Player of the Year, and he won Best Wide Receiver. His best season by far so far. Here at the beginning of season 10, Portis is a 97 X Factor, 30 years old at this point. See how many years he has left on his contract. He's got 3 more seasons left. See if we can get us we just need to make it to the playoffs, man. Green is up to superstar X Factor at quarterback, so that's looking good. They still don't have nothing going on at running back. They got a couple of dudes that are mediocre. Who is this dude at wide receiver 2? Marshall? The heck, that dude looks weird. He looks like a leprechaun or something. At center, we actually have somebody decent here. The offensive line is actually probably looking better than it has in a long time. It looks like Trey McBride's gone, and we got Franks starting that tight end, 79 overall with superstar dev. Defensively, did they do anything here? We actually got a decent defensive end here, 86 overall with star dev. Drafted a defensive tackle that's 76 with hidden dev. Got a couple of cornerbacks that have star dev, but this is a mediocre looking cornerback department that we have here. Got an 85 free safety, 85 strong safety. Linebackers all in the 80s, so actually this might be one of the better defenses that we had overall. But the secondary and the cornerbacks, not the best. Well, it only took 10 seasons to win over 10 games in a regular season. We got 11-6 record here, second in the division. Got a playoff spot playing against Philadelphia, who knocked us out the last time we made the playoffs like 3 years ago. Let's check out the season stats here. Alex Green had 4,200 yards passing, 32 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, 114 rating. That's a pretty good season right there for real. Rushing yards, Portis 0 carries for 0 yards. This run game is just terrible over here. The quarterback has the best yards per carry with 4.5. Porter's 3.3 yards per carry just ain't cutting it. Receiving, Dominique Portis, old Mr. Reliable, 90 catches, 1,178 yards with 8 touchdowns. The Eagles went 10-7, so we actually have more wins than them in the regular season. I'm going to simulate this game and see if we can make it to the next round. Finally got a playoff victory 10 seasons into the career. Gonna be playing against the 11-6 Atlanta Falcons. Gonna simulate this game, see if we can make it to the next round. And we beat the Falcons 23-17, made it to the first NFC Conference Championship of the video. Gonna be playing against the 11-6 Green Bay Packers. Still got Jordan Love at quarterback. At this point, he's a 91 overall with X Factor. Simulate this game, see if we can make it to the Super Bowl. We did end up winning that game. We made it to the Super Bowl. This team is 83 overall, going against the 11-6 New England Patriots, who are 89 overall, and the best player on their team is Lance Whitaker at quarterback. He is number 0, but he's a 98 overall X Factor. Dude had 31 touchdowns and 1 interception on the regular season. That is crazy. Dominique Portis made his 7th Pro Bowl appearance, but he won't be playing in it because he's going to be playing in the Super Bowl instead. Here we are in the Super Bowl. I'm simulating this game. We were up 7-0. Now we're tied 7-7. We're up 14-7 in the second quarter. 14-all in the second. Now we're losing. Now we're tied 21-all. Now we're down 28-21 in the third. Now we're down by 4. So fourth quarter, we're down by 11. It's not looking good. And I'm going to jump in here. We're down by 3 points. Let's see if we can get this victory. We're down by 3 points in the fourth quarter. We got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to try to get this win. Let's see if we can get us a touchdown pass here to Portis. Ooh, oh, he dropped it. What the heck? Looks like Portis came out of the game after he dropping that pass, so we're gonna have to go without him here for a minute. Catch that ball, man. Why is everyone dropping it? It's third down here, so we got Portis back in the game. Might try to throw it to him deep, but we need to get a first down though. Oh, we hitting triangle. Got a first down. Needed that. So we got 2 minutes and 7 seconds left, so we don't want to try to score too fast. Let's get that ball. Nope. Portis over here on the outside. Let's see if we can change the play here. We might be able to hit Portis deep on this play. We got a single high safety here. Yeah, I'm throwing it to Portis. He should be able to out jump all these fools, and he does, but he drops the ball. Portis is out. I guess he got tired after that. We got third down here, so we got to get it. We need to get a first down bad. Come on, where's the flag? Computer wants us to go for it, and Portis is not in the game, man. Well, we're gonna have to try to do something here. Come on, get that first down. Did we get it? Flag on the play. What's the flag? Holding on the offense? What the heck? One of the do-rag dudes. Well, at least Portis is back in here, but we got 4th and 20, so it's not looking good. It's all on you, Portis. It's all on you, buddy. It's all on you, Portis. It's all on you. Did you catch it? Did you actually hold on to it? Yes. And there's another flag. What's that? Face mask at the end of it? Personal foul, face mask. All right. We'll go ahead and accept that. All right, we need to slow down here. We need to try to bring some clock. Don't go out of bounds. Stay in. Stay in. Nice. 2nd and 3. We got 1:18. Clock's ticking. Ooh, I thought that was going to be intercepted. Whew. 3rd down and 3. Should we run the ball? No. Let's throw a slant pass here. Oh man, that went straight to the defender. I thought that guy was gonna clear out. We got 4th and 3 here. What are they gonna tell us? Kick a field goal? Should we kick a field goal? Go for it, man. Let's go for it. Everybody's tired as hell though. We got Portis in here. Might try to throw it to him. Possibly. Safety's going high. Oh, what the heck? Why did he? Yeah, turnover on downs. That's my bad. Just super simming the rest of it, and we ended up losing. Blame me if you want, man. Alex Green had a pretty decent game. He had a 123 rating with 353 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Receiving, Stephen Key had 6 catches for 158 yards and 3 touchdowns. Dominic Portis had 6 for 72, and whenever I threw it to him, he dropped it, 2 times? Here at the beginning of the 11th season of Dominic Portis' career, and it looks like he has a twin brother that's playing tight end that looks exactly like him, and he has X Factor just like him. Madden is crazy. He's 95 overall at this point, 31 years old. Still has, I believe, 2 years left on his contract. Let's check it out real quick. Yeah, 2 years left. The rest of the team, Green at quarterback is 87 with X Factor, so the quarterback situation is looking good. The running back situation is just terrible. Offensive line is actually doing pretty good. Like I said, we got his twin brother at tight end, and they got a new rookie at tight end. The other wide receivers, they got a 77 and a 77. Let's see what's going on with the defense here. We got 3 guys on the defensive line that are at least 80 overall, and then a 70 overall defensive tackle. Cornerbacks looking decent. I mean, overall, this defense is not terrible. We do have not so great middle linebacker situation going on here. End of the regular season, finished 8-9, did not make the playoffs yet again. See what happened with the stats here. Alex Green, not a terrible season, but definitely not his best. Portis had 1 carry for 2 yards rushing and receiving. 94 catches, 1,200 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Pretty much an average season for him. Still a great season in real life. At the beginning of season 12 here, he's starting to regress pretty heavily. He's down to a 90 overall. Still has X factor. 32 years old. Let's see if they decided to extend his contract. And no, he's on the last year of his deal. $42.6 million cap hit for one season. That's ridiculous. So we'll see if he ends up staying here or going to another team. Maybe he'll retire. I mean, I think they'll probably stick around for another 2 or 3 years, but who knows? He might surprise early retire. His speed is down to a 94. I think the highest I ever saw was a 97. He still has 99 jumping. His catching is a 86. I think it was like a 90 something at the highest. I'm not exactly for sure. I mean, he's still pretty good. He's still a 90 overall, but he's only going to be getting worse since he's 32 years old now. Still have Green at quarterback. Offensive line is looking pretty good. Franks went down to superstar. He was X Factor. And it looks like that rookie tight end they drafted, Purnell, has X Factor. Dang. Defensively, still looks like it's pretty much all the same guys here. End of another terrible season. Finished 6-11, last in the division. Green had 4,100 yards, 24 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. It's a pretty good season, and the touchdowns are a little bit low. Rushing wise, it looks like he did not have any carries. Do I see him on here? Oh yeah, here he is. 2 for 3. Great. We got another good season here though. 105 catches, 1,500 yards, 8 touchdowns. It's probably the second best season of his career, at least top 3. At the beginning of season 13 in his career, and it appears he is still on the Arizona Cardinals, so that means that he at least signed a 1-year deal. He's an 88 overall, still has X Factor. Let's see how many years he signed this contract for. 33 years old. Don't expect him to be around a whole lot longer. And they got him on a 3-year deal for way less than the last year on his last deal was like 42 million. This time it's 23 million, 24 million, and then almost 26 million. Offensively, it still looks pretty much all the same players. Still got Green at quarterback. The running back situation just for some reason seems to just keep getting worse. Defensively, the defensive line still looks like pretty much the same guys. They got a new middle linebacker, or they moved someone to middle linebacker, and they got 2 new safeties here. They got Rhodes and Forsett, who looks like a pretty good rookie. He's 80 overall with hidden dev. Oh, they still do have Perrine. He's out for 1 week with the injury. End of the regular season, finished 11-6 and won the division. Got a playoff spot in the wild card round here. Alex Green at quarterback had a pretty decent year. 4,100 yards, 33 touchdowns, only 1 interception. Yeah, it's way better than a pretty decent year. 109 rating. Portis, he had 1 carry for 7 yards rushing, and then receiving, he had 100 catches, 1,400 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Pretty solid season right there. I haven't looked at his awards in a couple of years, so he has 10 Pro Bowl appearances at this point, and he has not won any other awards. He's going to be playing against the 12-5 Washington Commanders. I'm just going to go ahead and simulate this week, and they lost 35-14, sadly. He hasn't made it to the playoffs very often in his career. What he did, he had 4 catches for 56 yards and 1 touchdown in the loss. Here at the beginning of his 14th year in his career, he is down to an 86 overall, but he does still have X Factor. He's currently 34 years old. His speed is down to a 93. His acceleration is getting a boost up to 98. His catching is down to an 81, so yeah, he's definitely regressing pretty heavily. His catching traffic's down to an 86. He still has 99 jumping though, that's crazy. The rest of the team around him, let's have Green at quarterback. He's 87 overall with superstar. Looks like they got a couple of different running backs here, but they're still like mid 70 overalls with normal dev. Offensive line, looks like they got a new guy at right guard, but it still looks like a pretty good offensive line. Still got Franks and Purnell at tight end, and then they drafted another rookie tight end with hidden dev. Maybe he'll have X Factor as well, who knows. Defensively, let's see, they got like 3 bowling ball headed dudes down here on the defensive line. The best overall is an 85 defensive tackle, and then the rest of the guys are in the 70s. Honestly, this defense is looking terrible. Gonna go ahead and simulate this playoff game right here. Hopefully they can get the win. It'll be nice to try to get this guy a Super Bowl. And we did win 17-7. Gonna be playing against the 11-6 Minnesota Vikings. I don't think the defense is good enough. I don't even think the defense is good enough to make it to the playoffs, let alone Super Bowl. And yeah, they lost 24-21. against Minnesota. Green had 240 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Portis had 5 catches, 62 yards, and a touchdown. That seems like the typical stat line for him in the playoffs. Like 5 catches, 60 yards, 1 or 2 touchdowns. Looking at the legacy leaderboard for wide receivers, and it has CeeDee Lamb as number 1 with 31,000, Amon-Ra St. Brown 27,000, and these guys are both in the Hall of Fame. Ja'Marr Chase in the Hall of Fame 26,000, Brandon Ayuk in the Hall of Fame 26,000, Ray Rice in the Hall of Fame 25,000 with 3 Super Bowl wins. None of these other guys won in the Super Bowls. And then Dominique Portis is ranked number 6 currently with 19,000 legacy score, 0 Super Bowls, 1 championship with 13 yearly awards. He just passed Tyreek Hill, who is 7th all time, and Tyreek Hill did have 1 Super Bowl win. That was with the Chiefs, of course. Well, I simulated to the start of the next season and he wasn't on the team, so I'm looking at the legacy leaderboard, and as you can see, he made it into the Hall of Fame. He has officially retired. Looking at the NFL records for catches, and he is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in NFL history with 1,300 catches. I tried to figure out how to look at his career stats, but after he retired, like looking at the actual player, I guess you can't do that. So we have to look at these NFL records. Luckily, he's up here. See, is he on there for receiving yards? Yep, he's 3rd in NFL history behind Jerry Rice and CeeDee Lamb with 17,883 yards. And look at that, he just barely beat out Larry Fitzgerald, lifelong Arizona Cardinal as well, a wide receiver, 17,492 yards. Looks like he did not make the top 10 record for receiving touchdowns though. Jerry Rice still has the most of 197. Brandon Ayuk with the 49ers is 2nd. Ja'Marr Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, CeeDee Lamb, Rashee Rice is up here with 153. Sam Laporta, the tight end, wow, he's up here. And then we got Reed, 131. I was looking at the NFL records for 1 season, and he's not in here with the catches or the receiving yards or the receiving touchdowns. He didn't make the top 10 in any of those categories, unfortunately. Let's look at the games real quick. Maybe you had like some beast games. Receiving yards, do we got Portis on here? Nope. Receiving touchdowns, is he on here for 1 game? Nope. Catches in 1 game? He's not on there. Looking at the legacy leaderboard for all time, for all positions, and I don't know if coaches are involved in this too or not, but Patrick Mahomes is number 1 with 53,000. Dude's got 5 Super Bowls. Micah Parsons is number 2 with 45,000. Sam Laporta, the tight end, 44,000. Dude must have had a crazy career, man. A tight end with the 3rd most ever. Lamar Jackson at quarterback, 1 Super Bowl win. Will Anderson Jr., the defensive end from the Houston Texans, he had won 2 Super Bowls, had a 35,000 legacy score. That's crazy. He had a better score than TJ Watt. TJ Watt never won a Super Bowl, man. That sucks. Kenneth Walker's up here. Joe Burrow, Crosby, Aaron Donald, CeeDee Lamb, Jonathan Taylor, Turk, I don't know who that is. Jacobs is up here from the Raiders. Justin Herbert, 28,000. All these guys are in the Hall of Fame. Travis Kelce, 16th with 28,000. St. Brown, Ja'Marr Chase, Brandon Ayuk, CJ Stroud, he's still actively playing with the Texans, and he is 20th all time. Let's see, where is our boy Portis? He had like 19,000, right? Oh, look, there he is. 40th all time in the history of the NFL. Well, I would say he's definitely a generational talent. Dude had crazy seasons. He just unfortunately was on a terrible team with bad quarterback play and even worse defensive play. For whatever reason, they didn't want to get him any help at running back as well. Did finish into the Hall of Fame, top 40th ever in the legacy leaderboard of all positions combined. I was trying to do something a little bit different with this video. I had drafted this receiver in the last season of an Arizona Cardinals rebuild, and I wanted to see what he did in his career. So we followed his career. That's going to be it for the video. Appreciate y'all for watching. See you on the next one.